Oh my goodness, do we have breaking news straight out of Detroit, where Donnie, disingenuous, disintegrating, diminishing Trump is actually speaking to the Detroit Economic Club. Now, let me reiterate, the Economic Club. So in this story, I'll show you in just a few moments, you have to see the abject train wreck that this man is as we close in less than 30 days on this election. So in the vein of trying to show you where this went, I got to hand you a few options along the way of this crazy speech this man just gave. Take a look.
I have more complaints on grocery. The word grocery, it's sort of simple word, but it sort of means like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does.
What is he talking about? Groceries, my stomach is speaking. Yeah, your stomach's always speaking, and there's a McDonald's nearby. And yet again,
our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president. You're going to have a mess on your hands. She destroyed San Francisco. She destroyed, along with Newscomb, California.
The man's in Detroit, and he's actually expressing to them how screwed up and what a mess their city is. And folks, it doesn't end. There's more.
Be a very wealthy country very quickly. But our greatest wealth probably proportionately was in the 1880s and 90s and the early 1900s, where we had so much cash, all from tariffs. There was no income tax. And then they went to the income tax stuff, and it was a whole different story. Then you had the Depression. A lot of people said, oh, tariffs maybe caused it wasn't. Tariffs came in 1932 after the Depression. They tried putting tariffs on to see if they could save. They said, we got to save this thing.
1880s, 1890s, and then one second he's giving praise to tariffs, and then he drifts into income tax, and then he says they're going to save it with tariffs, like that's now a bad idea. You cannot follow this man's mind. And oh wait, check this one out.
Control Iraq, which was a stupid move, going Iraq. I remember I said, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Then they did it. I said, okay, you've done it. Keep the oil. But they didn't do that either.
Iraq? Does he not even realize he's talking about George W. Bush Jr.? Oh boy. And of course, the capper, here you go.
They said that women don't like me. I think women love me because they want to be safe. And with me, they're safe.
Are you just speechless? Because women are safe with me. Well, I recommend if Kamala Harris wants to make an ad or a t-shirt, she go with that quote. And then finally, the capper of all time, our breaking story. This is how the speech began to wind up. And I can't even imagine what's on the mind of the people at the Economic Club. Here it is.
This isn't like Elon with his rocket ships that land within 12 inches on the moon where they wanted to land. These things were coming cylinders, no wings, no nothing. And they're coming down very slowly, landing on a raft in the middle of the ocean someplace with a circle. Boom. Reminded me of the Biden circles that he used to have, right? He'd have 8 circles and he couldn't fill them up. But then I heard he beat us with the popular vote. I don't know. Couldn't fill up the 8 circles. I always loved those circles. They were so beautiful. But they couldn't get people, so they used to have the press stand in those circles because they couldn't get the people. Then I heard we lost. Oh, we lost.
And there you have it, folks. Once again, I continue to remind us all that we talked continually, not against it, about Joe Biden's mental acuity. And I repeat, Donnie J. Dipstick is only 3 years younger. And we're talking about 4 years from now. This guy couldn't keep a train on the tracks if it was inside of a crib wall. He's going sideways faster and quicker than you can possibly imagine. And it is not going to get any better. This may be one of the best sideshows, tragically, we may ever see in our entire lifetimes. Folks, please share this, pass this on, vote Harris Walls. And yeah, even though I laugh all the time, do what Obama said. Don't boo. Just vote. It's what we have to do. And it isn't just a Democratic choice, folks. It's an American one.